Transfer news, boys. Has anyone seen anything that they like to share? First of all, I've got a couple of bits that I want to pick up on, but anyone seen anything?
I saw one.
Liverpool.
Damari Gray.
Nothing I care about.
Damari Gray. Leaving Leicester to go to, what was it, Alex?
Leverkusen.
I thought it was a good move for him, but I felt like Leicester are losing a good player.
They are, but they don't really use him.
Right,
They've not.
They used to use
he's
him
only
quite
played
a lot, didn't they?
twice
Barnes
this season.
seems to just come through so fucking much. Like, he's playing so well.
Does Barnes now have to play for England?
He'll be in the squad.
You don't think he does?
He doesn't have to play, but he'll be in the squad.
To be
The only
fair,
thing
like
goes against him is he's coming up against Grealish.
Yeah, but they don't
Grealish,
necessarily
now,
have to be in the same position.
Hendo.
I look at Barnes as being more of a winner.
Yeah, he is.
Like the people he's coming up against, like, is still
Rashford,
going to be fucking tough for him. But
Sterling.
He's different. He's different to the other wingers that England have. And I think there was a whole thing a couple of years ago about like taking like an Andy Carroll type because he's a different type of player. But you look at what Barnes has done, and he's fucking good.
He makes things happen. He makes things happen.
Yeah.
He's way quicker than I thought he was. Like, quite strong, dribbly, quick. I don't know. Like, you see Sterling in that at the moment. Like, I don't know if Sterling is my starting winger.
I think he is just because it's Sterling. But like, if you're in a game that's like 0-0, you're in 70th minute in a Euro game, like, you would bring Barnes on because he makes stuff happen. And
it's not even just that. If there's a chance, Barnes will score.
Yeah.
You'd bet your house on it. If Sterling gets a chance, open goal, inside 6-yard box, you bet your house is going wide.
It's just with Sterling, like, he just positions so well. Like, his positioning is just
ridiculous.
Yeah, it is so good. Yeah.
Alex, you were going to mention a particular transfer you've seen.
Yeah, so Liverpool have finally decided to buy 2 centre backs. So there was Ben
Davies,
who they're signing from Preston for something like 2 million, which for a 25-year-old English player is not bad. And then they're getting a Turkish centre-back on loan with an obligation to buy from Schalke.
What's his name? Is it Kabak or something?
It's Ozan Kabak or something.
Kabak. But he's actually really highly rated as a youth player, isn't he?
Yeah.
So that could be a sick move for them. And he's quick.
He's had a good. He's done all right this season. Last season he was good. He got featured stars for FIFA last year as well.
Yeah, he did. It was a good card.
But yeah, I think it's weird that they've waited until the end of January to finally fucking do something.
Unless it was in the works. Do you know what I mean? But they just kept it quiet.
Maybe.
Because they are a bit shrewd.
But
I think they've been looking at
this Preston one. This Preston one did come about quite quick because he was on his way to Celtic, and then Liverpool were like, actually, we'll get you.
See, they've let this happen before. Van Dijk, Celtic, and then they've just cut the middleman out and just we'll have him now. Don't want him to go to Southampton after.
I do think it's interesting that the only way they're getting this geezer from Schalke is Arsenal are letting Mustafi go on a free. So Mustafi's going to Schalke, and then this guy is going to Liverpool, and I just think
so Arsenal are doing him a favour.
Weird business. Yeah, it's weird business from Arsenal. I mean, it's not like because it happened a couple of seasons ago, didn't it? They sold Giroud to Chelsea, and then I think did Batshuayi then go on loan to Dortmund?
Yeah.
And then Dortmund sold them Aubameyang.
Yeah,
or in that situation. Yeah, in that situation, it's worked because obviously Arsenal had to get rid of a player so they could get Aubameyang. in this situation, they've gotten rid of Mustafi so that Liverpool can get a player. It's just a bit
odd.
I don't know. Yeah.
They definitely need to get someone in. Like that's obviously a given. Obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The news
yeah.
of Gomez is obviously out for pretty much the season. Obviously Van Dijk anyway, and then they keep getting injuries with Henderson,
Fabinho's injured.
Yeah.
Matip's injured.
Matip's injured.
It's only so often they can keep these youngsters.
But they had their 12th centre back pairing of the season last night, and that was Henderson and that Nat Phillips.
Nat Phillips, yeah. They said that though, didn't they, in the press thing? Like, do you think that's why you haven't had a good sort of clean sheet record, because the centre backs haven't had time to gel?
It's definitely a factor.
And he was like, yeah, because every time they come in, they get injured. But to be fair, he's never tried Reece Williams and Matt Phillips together, and they've both been fit the whole season, and they are centre backs.
It's probably just that experience side of it, isn't it? He doesn't want him to get absolutely fucking run down, and you've got Trent on one side as well. The only one in there that you're comfortable with is Robbo, so it's a bit like that,
I guess. When you play with such a second fullback.
Only other news I've seen, boys, is Dele Alli. So that is off, not going to PSG.
Yeah.
I think that's actually unfair.
Deal all collapsed. The main reason being, from what I've read from Fabrizio's tweet, is that Spurs refused to let him go because they weren't able to find a replacement. So they were trying to get someone like Eriksen back on loan. Inter didn't want to get rid of Eriksen, so they decided that Ali has to stay. He's not playing.
I want him to stop playing though.
I don't get it.
They are ruining his career.
Why keep him? Well, not going to play him.
Mourinho's ruining his career.
Yeah, Mourinho.
The thing is as well is that Levy didn't want Dele to go because Daniel Levy loves Dele Alli.
Daniel Levy
Fair
knows
enough.
that Dele Alli can be worth a lot of money when he's playing good. That's why.
Yeah, but that to me also, like, your manager's saying I'm not going to play him. I don't want him. Get rid of him.
They're ruining their asset.
And the chairman's going, nah. Which makes you think, how long term is this Mourinho job?
Judging by what they were saying,
Mourinho's ruined every single one of their players' careers other than Kane and Son.
Yeah, and Bergwijn.
I don't know. He's turned Dyer into a centre back, isn't he? So.
Yeah, but Dyer's still a piece of shit. He just is.
Yeah.
After the comments after that game where they lost 1-0 to Brighton, I think Alex is on the right track there. I don't think Mourinho's going to be around for too much longer, to be honest.
He is though, is he? He's always like
but
kind of plan.
Redknapp was saying like he's fucking like the way he's outed players. It just doesn't seem like they're playing for him anymore. He said, like, obviously he's lost the dressing room. Yeah, they pissed off Aurier, and he was like, obviously he's French, or he speaks French. He was like, so that means then his friends, Sissoko, like the other French players,
wasn't there something that Sissoko said as well? I don't know. Something that Sissoko came out and said, and then he ended up dropping him. Obviously, he played yesterday. Yeah. But
he literally just went ham on Ndombele as soon as he went to Spurs, but he just sort of stayed quiet, didn't he, and got his way back in the team.
He's probably been the best player lately.
He has. He looks fucking good. He looks now like he looked when he was at Lyon.
Yeah, when he was at Lyon,
he's comfortable there now. He's comfortable there now. That's what it is.
But yeah, watching the Amazon like All or Nothing documentary on Spurs, I just thought it was like there's a point in it when he's talking to his coaching staff, and he's like, "Tell me about these players," and they talk about Sissoko, and they're like, "He's really important in the dressing room," and Mourinho just goes, "Fuck," and I'm like, that's like it's a weird reaction to finding out that one of your players is a leader in the dressing room, which makes you think maybe he never really wanted Sissoko there in the first place. So then,
weird because Sissoko's probably one of his best midfielders.
Yeah, but yeah, it's I don't know. Like Mourinho is just fucking weird anyway.
I think
have
he
just had a
He
notification
just
coming
like
through.
kind of ignore everyone else, doesn't he? He has like this pedestal for Kane that he just keeps him at the top of everyone, and like everything is on him. Like he's saying, like, oh, like there's some players you can't replace. Like he's true, obviously, he's in that sort of particular statement. But the way he comes across it, like when you watch that documentary and stuff, is that like Kane gets injured and he's just like, oh, we're fucked. We're basically fucked. We've got nothing else. Like it's like everything is on him. We know that anyway because Kane's like their best player. Obviously, he got Son, but still, like as an importance towards the rest of the team, when you see them. Like their cup games.
So many good players, though.
But like when you look at their cup games, like he absolutely fucking ruins them. Like he's like, no one wants to play. Like no one wants to play for the team. No one's really bothered. No one's really trying. Like I know who I'm going to be picking, who I'm not. And like after their cup game, and they've just gone and like I don't know, they either lose or win or whatever. But yeah, his man management of it is just appalling.
He's shit manager, I think now.
The thing is that Tottenham squad, I think they're like from watching All or Nothing, they come across as like really precious. So I think he was completely the wrong manager to get in anyway, because you know that he's going to upset people.
It's because
and they're the sort of they're the sort of players. They're just like he comes in, he says like you're too nice. And they are. They're all like nice lads. And the problem with having a manager who's an absolute prick is when you fucking dig people out, nice lads don't want to be dug out because they're nice. No. So I think it just makes it a bit. It's probably just made the whole
sticky one.
Whole dressing room atmosphere a bit tricky.
Why don't you like being dug out then?
I was going to say it's been like 5 weeks.
Because you're a prick.
Look, mate,
he's
I
not
don't mind being dug out. I mind constantly being dug out. Alright, fucking lamppost.
Any other bits that we've?
I've just seen. Yes, I've just seen a few things come through. Maitland-Niles gone on loan to West Brom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the best move. He Leicester.
Oh yeah, he's going to go to Brighton as well, wasn't he?
So,
that's right.
So Leicester wanted him, but Arsenal didn't want to strengthen a rival. So why they've let Mustafi go to Schalke so Liverpool can get that centre back? Who knows? Southampton wanted him, but Maitland-Niles didn't want to move to Southampton, which I thought was a fucking weird one. Now that he's gone to West Brom.
Yeah. Like relegated.
Yeah, like it's just
obviously it's what is it, a loan?
But
it's not on a permanent.
So no, it's just a loan. So Southampton was a loan with an option to buy.
Okay.
And West Brom I think is just a loan. Southampton also in for Josh King, and they were looking at
surprised no one went
buying Josh King and sending Shane Long on loan to Bournemouth, but I haven't heard any more on that. So whether it's dead or not, I don't know.
Yes. Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah, I mean that covers obviously, I suppose, the transfer bits. There'll obviously be other bits that will come towards the end of the day. Obviously, being deadline day. January's always a weird one, though, isn't it? Especially with all this
COVID January is even deader.
Yeah.
So